dealing with narcissists can turn you into a dark empath. I myself almost turned into a dark empath. The dark empath and a narcissist are very similar in a lot of ways, but the dark empath is even more dangerous because they can feel the empathy, but they choose to ignore it. Where a narcissist can cognitively know what empathy is, but they don't feel it. So they are just like this machine that plows through the world hurting people. A dark empath is more calculated and, in a sense, more evil because they know what they're doing. The dark empath knows that they're hurting people, but because they're tired of being doormats, because they're tired of being people pleasers, and because they have either gone through a very traumatic experience, whether with a narcissist or not, they're sick of being taken advantage of in this world. After going through all the trials and tribulations I did with the narcissist, I had a lot of anger and hate. Like, I know a lot of you watching this have those same feelings. Many intelligent, well-spoken, super kind, all types of people get manipulated by narcissists because the narcissist's only trick, really, their only play, is that they don't feel empathy. If you are a dark empath, there's still hope for you because you can reverse it. I was going in that direction, unfortunately. I'm thankful that I've always had methods to come back to my centers, to come back to just feeling love and kindness, because at the end of the day, I've done all the work. I've been through soul crushing depression. I've been abused by a narcissist. I've um, been physically sick to where I couldn't leave my house. I've overcame so many things, and at the end of the day, you know what keeps me going? What keeps me pushing? It isn't hate. It isn't trying to gain more money or to take advantage of people. It's love. It's the reason I get up in the morning. It's the reason I make these videos. It's the reason I do anything at all. It's for the love. You have to have love for yourself as well, but for the love you have for other people. This is why you'll always be better than the narcissist. The narcissist doesn't have this capacity. This is why they're just always on this path of destruction, and why it might seem at moments that they're doing well, but at least the narcissist was pretty open with me, at least as open as a narcissist can be. And I saw all their trials and tribulations. Yeah, they had these kind of really high moments where maybe they took advantage of someone and had a bunch of money at once, but then they would lose it all. They would be in a bad situation more often than they would be in good situations. But the thing about a dark empath is they can do everything a narcissist can. They know exactly what empathy is. They can feel it, but they choose not to feel it. And this is happening on a smaller scale throughout the world. Whether you're an empath or not, nice people keep getting taken advantage of, and they're tired of it. They're tired of it, and they see the advantages it has to be narcissistic, to manipulate and all that. So then they start doing it, and things might go their way, at least for a little bit. And you can see how this can spread almost like a virus, and how so many people have become completely without empathy, completely narcissistic. And the people who really are those lovely people who just give of themselves so much, the empaths, the highly sensitive people, those people have been corrupted even more so, and it's creating, it's quite scary. Like, I just had a thought in the moment where it's like, now there's narcissists, there's dark empaths, there's people who are being influenced into turning narcissistic. It's quite scary how fast the world is deteriorating. And this is where I started to have narcissistic traits. I started to have all those signs of a dark empath, which is basically just a narcissist, but with the capacity to actually manipulate even further. And I think it's an even more dangerous personality than a narcissist. I was becoming the dark empath, and these are like kind of signs of PTSD as well. I was hyper analyzing everything. I was hyper vigilant of all my surroundings. I was stressed out and traumatized by what happened with the narcissist, that I was always analyzing people, making sure, oh, is this guy trying to lie to me? And it's good that we can develop a power like this, because if you have turned into a dark empath, or you're trying to have those, or you're beginning to have those narcissistic kind of traits, it's yourself. Your mind is trying to protect you and trying to stop another narcissist from taking advantage of you. But when you go too far, if you live in that mind state, if you become the dark empath, then you just become your abuser. And when someone hurts you and it changes you for the worse, because that's what was happening to me. I was becoming this very angry, resentful person, and I didn't like it. It might be good to get over, to get mad and get over these frustrations so you stop thinking about the narcissist, but to stay in that place, to keep ruminating and just be this like very mean, spiteful person, that means the narcissist wins. That means the narcissist still has an influence on your mind, and that's what they want. They believe they own you, and they still have a grasp in your mind. They played a part in ruining you because they do have that sadistic side of them. They, especially if you hurt them, if you ended up discarding them, or you just embarrass them in any way which they just just looking at them wrong could mean that you're their enemy now. Their mind really works that way. They have this very strange black and white thinking where they can love you 1 minute, but then you move the chair the wrong way and now they hate you. That's really how absurd a narcissist mind works. My advice to anyone who's leaning towards that dark empath direction is to, yes, take what you learned and apply it to the world, but being a nice, kind person, that is incredibly rare, and it's going to take you much further, and it's going to take you to a place of actual happiness, something that narcissists will never have. They will never be happy with themselves. So if you're thinking this person got away with something, they got away with nothing. The narcissist mind will torture them till the end of time.